Get ready with me while I explain to you how I made the decision to get an LVAD. So I was diagnosed when I was 24 with cardiomyopathy. They came and they gave me the whole rundown about, ejection fractions, and I was at 20% and freaking out. A couple months after that, that's when I did my first surgery, which was an ICD, so kind of like a pacemaker / defibrillator. It's supposed to shock you out of a dangerous rhythm if that happens. So in 2022, my ejection fraction actually went up. It got up to 35%, so I thought I was getting better. 2022, I probably had one of the hardest years heart failure wise, because at the end of 2022 / the beginning of 2023, my ejection fraction went from 35 to 20 to 15 to 10 within a span of a month of each other. So it literally happened like November, December, January, February. During that time, that is when I met my angel baby of a cardiologist, the same one that I have right now. So that summer, my cardiologist does a catheterization and he's like, hey, things aren't really looking good. Have you thought about an LVAD? I was like, no, what is that? I've actually never heard of LVAD before that time. And that's when he let me know that it's like, oh, it's a mechanical heart pump and, batteries, yada, yada. And I was like, ugh. At this point, I'm 27 years old. Like, that was not part of my 27-year-old bingo card, was doing such an extensive surgery. I was freaked out by the possibility, so I was like, I need more time. Just give me some time. Give me a few months so I can do some research and I'll let you know. After doing extensive research on LVADs, I decided that I most definitely did not want one. I saw a guy talking about how he plugged into a wall at night and I was like, yeah, no. My cardiologist let me know, like, this is not a forever thing. This is just to keep you alive until you can get a heart transplant. Even with knowing the severity of the situation, I was still against it just because it just didn't seem like I would have a life. Like I told him, I was like, my life would be over. Just being plugged up to batteries and a wall, that sounds miserable, and I was against it. 2024 comes around and that's when shit really started to hit the fan. I spent more days in the hospital that year than I did at home. It was horrible. Around March, I had a different doctor pretty much let me know, hey, so we've tried everything that we could do at this point. Your body isn't reacting to treatment, so he told me, I think you should focus on your quality of life over your quantity of life because it's looking like you have about 6-ish months to live. That was probably the pinnacle of when I started thinking about, okay, maybe I should get an LVAD. May 1st, I went into the hospital because before you get an LVAD, it's a lot, between testing and consultations and talking about it and blood work. It's a long process. So in May, I started the process with every intention to do the surgery around the summertime. So I did the consultation, they told me about it, they showed me what it would look like, what life would potentially look like after surgery and stuff like that. I was still kind of like iffy about it, but I also felt like I didn't have a choice. Carter wants to say hi, everyone. I'm telling them about my journey to LVAD. I'll do a video with Carter to see his side of the story one day, because he went through a completely different experience than I did. I was in the hospital for all of May at that point, and then on May 22nd, my body decided to go into cardiac arrest. It was scary, it was traumatizing. It wasn't painful, it was just kind of like a loss of consciousness for me. Nurse called Code Blue. The team did their big one and they got me back, praise the Lord. Once I was awake and fully conscious, they immediately rushed me to ICU, and my doctor came in and was like, so we can't wait till July. he told me that since I went into cardiac arrest, the chances of me going into cardiac arrest again within the upcoming days was pretty high. Within a few hours after cardiac arrest, I was getting prepped for surgery that happened 2 days later. So I went into cardiac arrest on May 20th, and then I started my LVAD surgery on May 22nd. That surgery was supposed to be 6 hours long. However, there were complications and it was a few days long for me. What happened after surgery is honestly a story for another day. All that, it's been about 8 months post LVAD surgery. I have no regrets. Is it easy? No. I have really bad days, but I also have really good days. And because of that, I'm super grateful. And I have no regrets because if I'm being honest, LVAD didn't only extend my life, but it changed my life, because with regular heart failure, I was suffering. I was really going through it. One day I'll make a video about my, experience with regular heart failure versus heart failure with an LVAD, because it is two different kind of battles, in my opinion, at least for me. Honestly, I love making videos talking about my experience with LVAD because I know how difficult it was searching for information that just wasn't on the internet, searching for information that wasn't just like a Google Doc. Like, I wanted to hear someone's real life experience, and I feel like that is far in between. There aren't that many people online talking about LVAD. Shout out to Life with Sophia's Heart. Shout out to Cliff the Gift. Shout out to Michael Cruz, because those were the people that I saw while I was researching. If you guys got to this point of the video, thanks so much for listening to my story, and comment a heart emoji and a battery emoji to show your support for your LVAD girl. Also, apologies for this video being vertical. I know it isn't filling up the screen on YouTube. However, I recorded this originally thinking that it was gonna be an Instagram reel, so that's why I recorded it vertical, but yeah, sorry about that. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video.